How's it going, guys, and welcome to another round of career mode. It's the Hungarian Grand Prix, part 30. I wouldn't really think of getting to part 30, but anyway, it's the second half of the season. It is a track that I absolutely despise on this game. It's not my strongest, but we'll see how we do in this. Great. No point. Waste of time doing that. So we got an upgrade for this round. It was to do with the brakes, but sadly it didn't. It hasn't worked properly. So we're not going to get it till I think it's Monza will be the next round we will get it. So a bit annoyed really with that, but we'll see how we go. So the setup I'm running is the one you can see on the screen right in front of you guys. You want to use it for your own career modes or your online experience. Then I'll put a time frame in the description below for you guys to check it out and use for your own races. So hopefully you can do well with that. Starting in P12, so out of position if I'm honest, but we'll see how we go. We have got a one-stop strategy for this race, and this is going to be quite difficult. But luckily for us, Rosberg is not in the top 3, so I would really get up close to Rosberg and not lose as much points as possible, or try and gain any would be quite good. So we'll see how we go. For our target today, guys, I would like this to get to 100 likes once again. It'll be fantastic. On there, we've been doing so well with this series. Hopefully I can get an 11th consecutive podium finish of the season, which will keep us in the title hunt. So you can see Rosberg's in P4, so we've got a hell of a job to do to catch up. And on there you can see I haven't got a helmet yet. I completely forgot to put the helmet in for the game, but it is in the description below with all the other mods I'm using for the series. But the lights are on now. Let's start the second half of Season 2 as the lights are out, and away we go. And do we get a decent start off the line? We sort of do, but we don't. But we don't lose position, but Daniel Kvyat is on our inside, but we're going to just now try and do the dive bomb, as the AI are so stupid. As you can see, I'm up to P5 already. P5 already, and it's not even the end of the first lap. So that's my problem with the AI at the minute, but after turn 1 they're fine, as you can see. But Ricciardo's parking the bus, and it's just going to easily get past, and up to 4th place we go. So we're only 1 place behind Rosberg at this point. So hopefully... Oh, we've gone a bit wide there. So hopefully Ricciardo can hold Rosberg, and we can try and get a move on. Will be difficult though, because the AI are quite good around here. So we're going to give it all our full potential here. Got to give a little more if we're going to have a chance on here. But last time we were here, we didn't do pretty well in the Red Bull, so we're doing very well at the minute to even be close to Nico Rosberg, as Hamilton's pulling away already on Vettel and Ricciardo and Rosberg and myself. So see how we go. We're 9 tenths off Rosberg, and we're half a second clear of Sebastian Vettel. As that corner is a pain to do, as you can see the AI are just right on my backside already. As we go just a bit wide of corner. It's an 18 lap race, so it's a relatively short lap this is. But not a fan, one of my favourite tracks, as I do like to tend to make mistakes around here. And the tyre wear is quite bad around here as well, so it's going to be quite difficult to maintain the tyres. These soft tyres, but they are a fresh set, so can try and stay out as long as possible, but I don't really see that happening. So we're starting to pull away a bit from Vettel, but Rosberg is pulling away from us slightly at this point. We gained on him in the middle sectors, so not by much though, probably half a tenth. As I think Hamilton now is struggling because Vettel and Ricciardo and Rosberg are catching up to Hamilton again. So we'll see how we do. Just hope and pray that Ricciardo can hold off Rosberg in this race. It will be fantastic, but Vettel's gained a bit on us. We just go wide again. And they just get some nice exit out of that corner. They do out of turn 1, so... So we've got to go up to Rich for the first time this race. But they're just pulling away now, these guys who don't have the car to match the pace of the the Mercedes and the Red Bulls, because we've got Vettel all over the back of us. But we're not going to give up though. Still got plenty of time. Rosberg may retire, someone may retire up front. Even though we've just gone a 10th up over our previous best time. Get the fuel up. So we've already got 2 laps of fuel already, but I'm only saving it for the straights when the AI get DRS, because we can hold them off. Hopefully hold them off actually. But we'll see how we do. Massa though is in 7th place, so if you can get past these cars then will be fantastic. So 2.8 seconds now we're behind Nico Rosberg, but we're doing our best to hold off Vettel. So I think our rival for this race is going to be Vettel, and I think it's Fernando Alonso behind him, and obviously our teammate Felipe Massa. So I could tactically try and hold up Vettel and Alonso for Massa to get past both of them and try and get some points for the constructors to stand any chance of catching up to Mercedes, but it doesn't seem like it at the minute. We're 69 points behind, so it's not doom and gloom, but coming to the second half of the season, it's vital to gain as much points to the Mercedes cars, but it's going to be quite difficult for us. But main rivals though are Red Bull, so with Ricciardo second, obviously it's going to put a dent in the works, but we'll see how we go though. We've got plenty of time. Pitting on lap number 8, so we're already halfway through this option stint already. And those tyres look absolutely brown already, so that's a surprise. But we've gone a bit wide out of the corner. So we're already struggling a bit now on these tyres. So we get a nice exit out of the corner, but we're going to have to stay to the right to avoid Vettel getting draft off us. But he has the DRS as they come into turn 1. We'll go back onto the racing line. Trying to do our best with the wheel spin, but can't really do anything. We're on a wheel, so a bit difficult for us. But we aren't going to moan. We're going to do what we have to do. We've got to do what we've got with the products we have. So coming to start in the middle sector we go. 5 seconds already behind. That's just insane. But we're not going to give up though. Could be a safety car, you never know. A safety car may come out. We've not had one this season yet. Not since Singapore last season. Season 1 was the last time we had one. Would be nice to have one again, if I'm honest. Just spices up the races a bit. Just gone a bit too deep into the corner there. And again we go wide. Vettel will have the inside line for the corner, but we hold it nicely around the outside, cleanly as well, to hold on to the position. But we're going to be... It's only a matter of time before Sebastian Vettel gets past us, if I'm honest. So we're going to stay to the right again. Here comes Vettel in that Red Bull of his. We hold it off, so I'm going to drop it to lean actually to hopefully save some wheel spin, which sort of worked, but it hasn't. So we now know that Vettel's now on rich fuel mix. He really wants to get past us, so going to be pitting in 2 laps time as well, so I'm going to be quite relieved actually, to be honest, of getting rid of these tyres. Oh, over the traction there on the curb. As we start the final sector, Vettel I think has gained a bit of time on us. He has gained a 10th on us as the tyres are slowly going off now. The front left looks a bit bad as we sort of get this corner right for a change, which is a first for us. After 6 laps we've done, that's the first time I've nailed that corner. That last corner is still a problem for us, but Vettel's closer than he has been all race. So this is going to be very difficult to try and hold off Vettel into turn 1. Here he comes, but we get oh god, turn in too early there. So we may see people pitting now, so it is now coming towards the pit stop windows, so it'll be intriguing to see if anyone pits now. Oh my, a bit early, but there is now a park the bus moment I can see on the mini-map. I think there's about 7 cars now, all going to be line astern with me. Me and 6 others. Oh, gone a bit wide on there, so we've now got a 7-way horse going on here for, oh god, oversteer and wheel spin. We've got a 4-way horse now for 4th place. So it's going to be very difficult to try and hold off. It will be interesting to see what happens when we pit. Luckily this time we won't get held up from the AI this time because we're further down the pit lane, so should be a bit of a benefit for us in comparison to the rest of the pack with Vettel, Alonso, I think McLaren are in that bout squabble as well, and the other Ferrari of Kimi Raikkonen. Plus you've got all these in front of us who are going to be pitting as well shortly, who are going to be hopefully get held up. Won't make any odds there for us, but I'm just praying. Oh, here comes Vettel. He's got a very nice run into turn. Here he comes down the straight. Oh my god, he literally just passed me easily, but we're going to go down his inside to gain that position back. Got to give him the room. But we somehow hold off, and here comes Alonso. He's going to try and get past Vettel down into turn 2. And he has got it done. That's a good move there from Fernando. Up to 5th place he goes. As we are losing a lot of time now. Our rears have gone completely at this point. So we will be pitting this lap to try and get rid of this degradation and move on to the primes, which I will be struggling on because I hate the primes around here. So hopefully I can hold off Fernando Alonso, Vettel, Massa, the Raikkonen and the McLarens at this point. Try and hold them off. As we've sort of got a gap at the minute. 11 seconds leader. Wow. As Hamilton's in the pits. Both Ricciardo and Rosberg are staying out on track as we've gone wide again. So who's going to be pitting for Ferrari, I wonder? And it's going to be Fernando Alonso. So we're going to have a pit battle now between myself, Vettel and Alonso for 4th place. So we'll see how that goes. Look at all the people in the pit lane. Lots of people in the pit lane. So here we go. Please don't get held up. Come on, don't hold us up. There we go. 3.7, good stop there. Vettel's jumped Alonso in the pit lane. So, and we will probably gain time on these lot because I think they've been held by a bit. So we've got to hold on to our probably net 4th place at the minute, but it's not over yet though. Still got we're only halfway into this race. But we've poured a bit on Vettel, Alonso, Massa. Or Massa's actually on track, so all gone a bit wide though out of that corner. Next in front of us is Pastor Maldonado, aka Pastor Crashonado. So as there is Massa, I've just seen on the mini-map, so he's not that far ahead that I was expecting. So we gained about 4 tenths on Vettel and Alonso during that pit stop phase, so I'm happy with that. So we're doing pretty well at the minute, so I'm happy with this pace. All gone a bit wide again, but we've gained 3 tenths on Vettel already. Alonso's lost a bit of pace as he's been overtaken by a Toro Rosso. I wonder who that is, as Massa and Co pit from position. So it'll be interesting to see where we're going to come out after this pit stop phase. It's going to be extremely close though, as I think Massa's jumped quite a few people. So as we come out the pit lane, there is Massa. At Alonso, I think that's Raikkonen, I think. Massa's gained a place, I think. He has. He's up to 6th place. Raikkonen's jumped Alonso as well. So Alonso is the big loser out of that pit battle, as all the leaders are pitted as well. So it remains the same as it stands. Not too fussed if we lose out to Rosberg, who's in 3rd. We'll only lose a couple of points, so I'm not really too fussed about that. But obviously, we're a bit disappointed to not get a good start to the second half of the season for us. But still got plenty more races to go. We've got our last European race of the season coming up very soon. But we've got Spa next time, which will be in a couple of days' time. And we also have Monza, which is the final European race of the season, before we go across the globe with the likes of Singapore, Japan, Abu Dhabi, Brazil, USA, Russia, to name a few. Which hopefully will be a very exciting end to the season for Season 2. So we'll see how we go throughout this remainder of the season, as we just did a bit of wheel spin there, so not the best of ways to end the lap. But Vettel is gaining on us again as we just go a bit wide. So Vettel's going to get some draft down the pit straight, but I don't think he's got DRS. Well, he does have DRS. It's a glitch in the game, which is a bit disappointing. That more than about 8/10 of a second, anything more than 8/10, then the flap's down. But when you get close to anything less than 8/10, then the flap just magically opens and appears open. So bit of a weird glitch, that one, but oh well. But the good news is Massa is only is in 6th place actually. So I would love him to get past Vettel at this point, so we can try and gain some points, not lose as much points to Red Bull, because I think, if I'm correct, as it stands, Red Bull will leapfrog us to 2nd place in the constructors. So not what I wanted, but we'll see how we do. Still got plenty of time though. Got 8 laps, or 7 and a bit laps to go, as we've got to cross the line very shortly. But we just go a bit wide again out of that corner, but we get planted on and we keep going along. So we're just going to try and hug that apex, get a nice exit out of there, which is a good one. So we haven't lost a lot of time to Vettel on this lap, so I'm quite happy with the pace at the minute, considering this is my weakest track on the calendar. And I think I might have just overcooked it a bit, but we sort of get away with it. But we don't. Look at Vettel, he's all over the back of us now. Not what I wanted, but as we just lock up our front right a bit, pushing us a bit wide. As we see some signs of degradation, as luckily for us, Vettel's in standard fuel mix, so he's not going to be pushing as much. Maybe signs that he's struggling with fuel, maybe. Could be wrong. Knowing the AI, it's gone a bit too wide out of exit. Got a bit of lost a bit of grip on the front left tyre, as that has just proven a point. Trying to hit the curb there. So my aim really is to, I'm not going to go for a podium, so our streak of podiums is sadly going to end this round unless there's a massive problem for any of the top 3. But I'll take a top 5 really, considering that starting 12th on the grid, it was going to be very difficult to try and get a podium finish. But it's still not over yet though. I could fall out of the top 5, we don't know yet. But really we've pulled away actually from Alonso and co. So now it's between me and Vettel at the minute, but Massa may be joining us in a minute, so it would be nice to have Massa with us. Maybe get some team orders in, you know, try and help Massa get past Vettel, which will be nice actually, to be fair. Front left lock up, that's not what I want. Vettel's closest he's ever been in the at the end of the first sector. He's 1/10 behind. So it's going to be very difficult to try and hold on to this 4th place, but we're not going to give up. I've always said this. Bit of a lock-up, so we have to cut the corner, which is a bit annoying. Just try and get the gap to what it was, as it is. Out of that court before the corner happens, so happy to continue. But first proper mistake of the race, that is, so a bit annoyed with that, if I'm honest. Nice to know we've got plenty of fuel, so may have to use some rich fuel mix to hold off Vettel. But the good news is Massa's picked up his pace and is right behind the Red Bull driver, so that's good. Going to go up to rich fuel mix, so we're going to try and hold on now. As here comes Vettel again. So we just take a bit of a curb there, so it's going to hinder exit speed, which he has done. Vettel's going to sniff down the inside, but he backs out of it because of the AI being a bit slow and a bit, you know, they're not really want to be aggressive. But Massa, oh, oversteer again with the wheel spin, but Massa's all over the back of Vettel now. So I would really like it if Vettel can just get past, or if Massa gets past. Then maybe do some team orders for the championship. Massa's not really going for the championship, so would be nice if Massa's actually got past. I've actually just spotted that, so Massa's now up to 5th, so this is good for the maybe for the constructors. Maybe we'll not lose as many points to Red Bull now if it stays as it is, but Vettel's had a problem, which is good for us. We've got a nice 1 second gap to Massa, but obviously with tyre wear it's going to be very intriguing, as our front left looks a bit brown at the minute, but the rears are okay, so that's my main priority, is to keep those rears absolutely fine. So we're going to go up to Rich again, but Massa now is going to probably be in DRS range. He is, but I don't think he got DRS, but he will now, coming into this out of the exit of turn 1 here. Has he got it? He does indeed. But we're still going to hold on. We get that twitch moving on. We've got a nice healthy gap now, as I think Massa had a problem. So we've only got 3.5 laps to go in this race. 17 seconds is the gap, so I think to be fair, as we got our first warning of the race for corner cutting, and I think the top 3 are actually quite close. So to be fair, 17 seconds is not too bad considering it's the Mercedes, so I'll take that. As we're up 0.6 of a second, as you can see. Luckily though, the good news is for the championship, Rosberg is still behind. Is that Lewis Hamilton there? If that's Lewis Hamilton, he is insanely quick, which is annoying obviously, but we're going to get onto the gas again. Still got that nice gap, but there's a train now emerging of cars, so this is going to be quite an intriguing last 3 laps of this race here in Hungary. Nice short shift there just to save a bit of a rear degradation, being quick through there with the torque of the engine. Half a second now is the gap. This middle sector we have been strong all weekend, race weekend, so just hope Massa can hold on to 5th place, because it'll be our best finish of the season as a team, I think. So as teammates, I think this will be Massa's best finish of the season. I think 5th place. I think his best was 7th in Silverstone, so it would be nice if he can get a move on. Not obviously not as you get overtaken by Vettel and co. As that's a very bad exit there, but Massa's got a sniff now of 5th position. Here he comes down the straight. There's no team orders here. He's going to try and get the move done round the outside, but we will hold the inside into turn 1 and hold on. Just hold on. Oh no, Massa's lost a position. Who's that? Is that? I don't know who that is behind Vettel, but is that a McLaren nice spot in that pack? Is that Jensen? Oh god, oversteer again. I don't know if that's a McLaren. I'm not too sure who's behind Vettel, but that is definitely not my teammate. My teammate's dropped down to, I think it's 9th place now, or 8th? 5th, 6th, 7th. Yeah, he's up down to 8th place now. Just making that mistake out of turn 1. As we're going to be nearly now starting the final lap of this race. Of what's been a really good battle, actually, to be fair. I've enjoyed this battle with Vettel, Alonso, our teammate, and whoever that car is behind Vettel. See if we can get anything. I think it's a McLaren, but I don't know who it is. It could be Magnussen or Button, but I'm going to probably take a guess it's Button. Because Button was behind us and Magnussen was... It could be Magnussen, actually. I do not know who it is. As we're going to come out the final corner now to start the final lap of this Hungarian Grand Prix. Oh, we're going to hold on to 4th place. So we're very intriguing to see how we do. Here comes Vettel down the straight. He hasn't got the pace, the engine power to get close to us, so we keep the position. As I think that Massa's got past Alonso, so that's at least a start for Massa to crawl back into the big points. As we have gone very wide out of that corner, turn 3 or turn 2, I'm not entirely sure. But we've pulled a gap now. Behind the McLaren, ahead of the McLaren, so that's sort of at least a couple of cars out of the contention. Obviously, Vettel is our main rival in this race. So we can get that nearly right there, but we don't get that right. Starting to get a bit of oversteer now with the worn-out tyres. Very interesting as Lewis Hamilton takes the win of the Hungarian Grand Prix, which will probably most likely now put him back in contention for the championship at this point, as luckily for us in terms of the championship, Ricciardo did hold on to 2nd place. So all we've got to do now is survive this one corner and we will hold on to 4th place. Our streak of podiums is over now, which is a shame, but 4th place I'll take. Oh no, we've gone wide out of the corner, but we just hold on to 4th place. That was a manic last couple of laps, but we hold on to a 4th place. Considering we started 12th, I will take that, but disappointed, our streak of podiums is over. But oh well, we'll carry on to the next round. So the results of this race, the Hungarian Grand Prix: Lewis Hamilton takes the win by over 5.5 seconds from Daniel Ricciardo, with Nico Rosberg holding on in 3rd position, with us in 4th, just ahead of Vettel by less than 7/100ths of a second, with Kevin Magnussen in 6th place, with Massa 7th, with Alonso 8th, Raikkonen 9th, and Perez completing the top 10 in this race. And the big loser, I have to say, Jensen Button 13th. Marcus Ericsson is last, but everyone finishes the race, which is good to see that we haven't had any retirements yet, so always good to see there. The Drivers' Championship, we've only lost 3 points, so it's now 4 points now, covering myself and Nico Rosberg, but Hamilton now has jumped to 3rd in the standings, 59 points behind. Do remember we got double points at the end of the season, so Hamilton is not out of this fight yet, but it will be extremely close in the Drivers' Championship if this continues with that. And the Constructors, as I've said, Red Bull have taken over 2nd place again from us. We're now, I think, 8 points behind them, but Mercedes have pulled another big chunk of points out of us and Red Bull. 91 points is now us behind Mercedes. And still, Toro Rosso, Lotus, Sauber, Caterham and Marussia have not scored this season. Bit of surprising. Half the teams not scoring is a big, big surprise on there. So the next round of the championship is, of course, the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit. It will be a 50 or 100% race. I will let you guys know on my Twitter, so please make sure to follow me on my Twitter, which is on top of the screen for you guys. And it'd be amazing if we could smash 100 likes on this video, as we have done for every round of the championship. But until Spa, guys, which will be in a couple of days' time, have a fantastic day whatever you're doing, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more F1 2014 content. But until next time, guys, wherever you're in the world, have a great day, and I shall see you for another video very soon. Take care, guys. See you later. So that is it, guys. That is the